Hello everybody, Rdub here, and in preparation for the Knights of the Frozen Throne release, we are doing an in-depth look at each new card for Priest now, my second favorite class after Druid. So let's get right into it right away. We are going to be talking about where these might fit in, how viable they are, and what kinds of play we can see with these cards. So first off, we have Acolyte of Agony. It's a 3-mana 3/3 with lifesteal. That's it, that's what you get. It's a decent 3-drop, however, Priest already has some good healing early and a better 3-drop in Cabal Talon Priest. It does boast the healing, so against really aggro decks that don't have a lot of spell removal, such as Aggro Warrior, Pirate Warrior, it's very good against that. You get your 3 health back and it tanks whatever damage they have to use to kill it. It may see play in some new Priest archetype, but I don't see it fitting into many of the other ones at the moment, and again, it has no immediate effect. You just stick it on the board and you get punched in the face more. So I don't see it being played too much. Arena's a very good card though, not too bad. So next up we have Archbishop Benedictus. Battlecry, shuffle a copy of your opponent's deck into your deck. Jeez, that's hard to say. So this takes whatever's left of their deck and shuffles it into your deck. It's an interesting thing in control matchups. It can give you the edge in fatigue. It is not good against Jades because you are already behind on Jade tempo by the time you can play this. It is low stats for a 7-mana card that does nothing when you play it on the board, but it could see play in controller fatigue or as a meme. I see it being a fun meme card, so I'm looking forward to using it like that if I land it in my packs. Next, we have Devour Mind, a 5-mana copy 3 cards in your opponent's deck and add them to your hand. So this is the next level of Thought Steal, essentially. I think it is a interesting card. It may be good in a Control Priest or in a, I don't know, mid-rangey Priest, Counter Priest, I don't know what to call it. It does have a higher mana cost though, so I see it being a little bit less valuable than Thought Steal because you are just getting 1 more card for 2 more mana, and that could be good or bad. In some matchups, it's pretty bad, like in Jade if you land the wrong cards and just get a bunch of useless Jade cards. But who knows, we could see it being played in a very interesting spell-heavy, steal your opponent's deck kind of Priest, so I'm looking forward to seeing if that's actually a thing. Next up, we have Embrace Darkness, another spell. It's a 6-mana, choose an enemy minion, and then at the start of your turn, gain control of it. This is a pretty strong card. It's a 10-mana... a 4-mana reduction on mind control. However, you do have to have that delay. It is very good when you don't have a board and your opponent plays a big minion. It is a strong arena card as well for that reason again, and could see some constructed play again in a spell-heavy Priest or as an alternative to mind control where you really need that steal a few turns earlier, or to be comboed with something else in your deck. So I'd like to see how this plays out and whether it's better or just as good as mind control essentially in a deck. Next up we have Eternal Servitude, a very interesting card, one of the most interesting for Priest in my opinion. Discover a friendly minion that died this game and summon it. It is a better resurrect in that you get to choose what you resurrect. However, again, you could still low roll if you have some bad cards in your deck. You pay the extra mana for the choice, and it's good to hit the 9-mana Priest Taunt that we're going to be seeing soon, and very good to hit things you want to pull back, such as Lyra. I just don't see it being very useful as Resurrect Priest is still not a thing, and I don't think the cards Priest is getting will make it a thing in the future. But who knows, it could become very good. Now we're moving on to Obsidian Statue, one of the cards I'm most excited about. It's a very strong stall or removal card as it's a taunt lifesteal with Death Rattle, destroy a random enemy minion. Because your opponent will probably be punching this, he or she will have some kind of way to dictate how it destroys a random enemy minion, so it could give everything low health and then it just kills something with 1 or 2 health so you aren't getting much value. But it could also completely stall out your opponent's big minion, such as in a Jade Druid. Big yawn. Okay, we're back. And it's a very good resurrect target, as well as a fishing target for some of the cards we're going to be seeing soon. I think it's going to be run. I think it's going to be a 1 or 2 of in most Priest decks, especially considering there's no aggro Priest that's very good. So I'm excited for this card and excited to play a lot of it in the future. Next we have Shadow Ascendant, another member of the Shadow tag word cards, which there are a ton of in Priest. It's a 2-mana 2/2 at the end of your turn. Give a random friendly minion +1/+1. This is a tempo card. It's what you play if, say, you have a Northshire Cleric out, you play this out, or you coin out a Radiant Elemental and you play this next turn. I don't see it being very strong, as the 2-drop slot for Priest is fairly strong already. With Shadow Word Pain, Radiant Elemental, and the like. I see it being a very good arena card, though, and I see it maybe fitting into a more mid-rangey style of Priest, where you actually get a consistent curve of 1, 2, 3, 4 type of thing going. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited how people play around with it, but overall I don't think it's as strong of a 2-drop as it needs to be to have a good effect on the archetypes and on the deck in general. Next is one of the cards I'm probably most excited to play around with, Shadow Essence, which summons a 5/5 copy of a random minion in your deck at that moment in time. So very bad to top deck as your last card, but can be very good. I see it being played in a spell-heavy Priest that uses key minions to leverage advantages. So for example, Lyra, Radiant Elemental, Northshire Cleric, and the 4/8 Taunt Lifesteal that we just saw. They are all very good targets for this, as you get an active effect on the board. It's not just pull out a Battlecry minion, because that's useless, but you get an active effect. So I just see this being played around with. Could make a new Priest archetype. I'm excited to try it out and see if it does indeed work. Now we have the Death Knight for Priest, Shadow Reaper Anduin. I think it's a very strong hero card. So first of all, you destroy all minions with 5 attack or more. When you play this, it's 8 mana, gain 5 armor, Shadow Word Death everything possible on your opponent's side of the board. Very strong. The hero power is deal 2 damage, refresh this hero power when you play a card. So 2 mana, deal 2, refresh when you play a card. So I could see Highlander Priest becoming a deck because of this, where you get Raza to make your hero power 0 and then just chain it with different low-cost spells, either combine it with Lyra or something else. It has very good clear. Again, you get to basically destroy a Jade Druid at the end if you play this in the late game. And the hero power gives you tons of value. And that's really important for Priest. We've been missing damage. And again, you can just push base damage with this if you really wanted to close out the game. So I see this being played a lot, and I'm excited to play with it myself. Finally, we have Spirit Lash. Lifesteal, deal 1 damage to all minions. Yes, it does scale with spell damage, so it'll be deal 2 damage to all minions, and whatever damage has been dealt will be returned to you. It won't just be the 1 lifesteal from the base card. So I see this being very strong because Priest doesn't have a lot of small or cheap removal, you could say. It's only 2 mana, so you can even discount that to 1 with Radiant Elemental if you want to sacrifice 1 health off of it. Very, very strong. I see it being played as a aggro counter and an aggro staller. And being played at least 1 or 2 of in many, if not all, decks that Priest has currently. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited to add this small AoE to my removal repertoire. And there you guys have it. That's it for this video. Make sure you let me know what you think in the comments below. My challenge for you today is to tell me what Priest card you want to see me make a deck around. Whether it's Mimi, whether it's competitive, whatever you want. Just tell me which one of these cards I just showed you guys that you want to see me make a deck around and make work. So if you like the video, please let me know by liking it down below. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps out a lot and is only 1 click away and takes little to no effort on your part. And we'll see you in the next one.